New tonight, M-State Community and Technical College is offering a new course, a first of its kind. Their cannabis classes start soon for students to grow their cannabis knowledge and understand what it takes to work in this rapidly growing industry. Valley News team's Anna Ballweber explains how the course works.
As the state of Minnesota readies for the launch of recreational cannabis sales, the demand for a well-trained, qualified workforce has never been greater. That's why at M-State in Moorhead is offering a 9-week cannabis course.
We produce this curriculum and this online content and organize the instructors. And then we partner with schools like M-State to be able to offer these programs to students.
A first of its kind for the college, this 100% online program aims to prepare one for a career in this emerging field.
We're still in the very early stages of the industry itself taking shape. And for people that want to be on the professional side, it's a very exciting time.
There are 3 different areas students can focus on: a seed-to-sale cultivation program, product development, or retail.
The thing about the cannabis industry is that there is an opportunity for everyone. You just want to decide which part of the industry most appeals to you.
An opportunity, he says, those in Minnesota specifically can benefit from.
The Minnesota cannabis market is going to be an absolutely thriving ecosystem that will generate north of $1 billion in revenue and tens and tens and tens of thousands of jobs.
Already with this program, Minnesota's success is unmatched.
The programs in Minnesota have been outperforming programs in many other schools and states across the country.
Once the program is completed, students receive a certificate, helping propel those cannabis careers forward. In Moorhead, Anna Ballweber, Valley News Live.
The first class starts on August 5th. Registration is currently open. You can find more information about this program on our website, again, valleynewslive.com.